Hello YouTube. Today I want to announce a new series of videos that I'm going to be doing, and it is going to be based on tarot decks. I have quite the collection of tarot decks. I've been collecting tarot decks for over 20 years, and one of the things I want to do is I want to share with you some of the decks that I have. There's a lot more to witchcraft than just reading tarot cards or doing divination. It's also a philosophy that I follow, a philosophy that's associated with the earth, a philosophy that has to do with ecology. And a lot of times when you see people talking about witchcraft, they leave that out. When I first went to Wayne State University, I wanted to study music, but I also wanted to study philosophy too, which I took quite a few philosophy classes. And one of the things that I learned about the craft is, the craft is really philosophical when you think about it. My magical name, Merlin Ravensong, is one of my magical names. Merlin was much more than just a magician. Merlin was a philosopher. And if you go back and if you look at the myths that surrounded Merlin and King Arthur, Merlin was King Arthur's teacher, and the reason why Merlin was able, I mean, not Merlin, Arthur was able to draw the the sword from the stone is because he was virtuous. That's what Merlin taught him. He didn't teach him magic. He taught him how to be a good king. So hence, it's a philosophy. And a lot of times people miss out on that. So that's one of the things I want to bring up on this channel. Excuse me, not just the magical aspect of paganism and the craft, but also the philosophical part. And the best way for me to go over the philosophical part is tarot cards, because every tarot card tells a story. And it can tell you the future, it can tell you the past, it can tell you what's happening right now. That's why tarot cards are so important. And that's why I collect them too. I collect them for the artwork, I collect them for the stories that they tell, the symbology that are associated with the different tarot cards. And it's a way of supporting the artist too, because I'm pretty sure it takes quite a bit of work to come up with a really good tarot deck. And kudos and high fives to those artists who are creating those tarot decks. Maybe in the future, when I get back into drawing, I will come up with my own tarot deck. That's one of the things that I plan on doing in the distant future. Right now, I'm concentrating on my music, but I do have that in the sort of like the back burner of things. But anyway, today I'm going to talk about the tarot deck, Sacred Rose Tarot deck, and this is the deck right here. I bought this deck years ago, and it's an absolutely beautiful deck. And I'm going to read what they have here on the side. It says Sacred Rose Tarot Deck, stunning full-color tarot imagery by artist psychic Joanna Sherman. The Sacred Rose Tarot Deck draws upon the symbolic rose of the Western world, the ancient Kabbalah, the Tree of Life, and the cosmos itself. It has something on the other side here. So I'm going to read this. Sacred Rose Tarot Deck. On the 5 mystical roses appearing throughout the Sacred Rose Tarot Deck are the Western equivalent to the sacred lotus of the Orient. The red rose stands for sacrifice, the white rose stands for purity, the blue rose represents the impossible, the gold rose signifies achievement, and the cosmic rose suggests time and space. Beautiful deck. And I haven't used this deck in a while. I'm going to start back using it because I love the artwork. It says this, it contains 78 cards in full color, and it is popping full color. It is absolutely, the colors sort of like they hit you when you see it. I wish I could really do justice with my webcam here and give you a really clear look at how the cards look. But hey, that's for you guys to do when you actually buy the deck, and I do recommend buying this deck. So I'm just going to show you some of the cards that pop out at me. And first I want to show you the roses that they were talking about. The red rose, the blue rose, the white rose, and the cosmic rose. It looks like it's kind of like purplish. This is the back of the tarot deck. Or the tarot cards, rather. And I'm going to show you some of the cards. I'm not going to show you all the cards because that would take too long, right? Alright, so this is the King of Swords. And I love the artwork that this artist has on this tarot deck. It's like every card is just absolutely beautiful. This is the Queen of Swords. One of the things that I would love to do is I would love to buy like a big poster of one of these cards because it is, the cards are just that beautiful. This is the King of Knights. No, I'm sorry, the Knight of Swords. This is the Knight of Swords. Isn't that great? And let me kind of go through here. I kind of want to pick the cards that stand out the most, but it's like all these cards stand out. That's how good this deck is. This is the Magician. Like totally different than the Rider-Waite deck. I mean, it has some of the same imagery, but it's just absolutely beautiful. I like the red robe that this guy has on. This is really cool. This is awesome too. This is Judgment, and instead of an angel, it looks, this person here almost looks like a cat. That's the feeling I'm getting from here. But look at this. Or like a pan figure. That's I kind of get that kind of figure here. I mean that feeling too, even though he doesn't have horns. Sort of like the Pied Piper or something. It's absolutely great. This is the Two of Cups. It almost reminds you of the Lovers. And I love the way that the artist draws the characters in this tarot deck. It is absolutely beautiful. Here's another. Ooh, wow. The sun and the moon. I'm going to show you the sun first. Look at that sun. Isn't that beautiful? If you guys want a beautiful tarot deck, one that you could maybe find a way to enlarge and like frame it and put it in your ritual space, I would definitely recommend this deck. So this is the sun. I'm going to show you the moon now. Look at that moon. Yeah. I've never seen the moon depicted that way in a tarot deck. That is just, I mean, it has some of the same symbology in it, but it's just, wow. Like all these cards are just absolutely beautiful. This is the Tower, of course. We have lightning striking the tower and people falling off. And this is the Star. And this, I love this. Yes. So if you're looking for a tarot deck to get, I would definitely recommend this. I can't show you all the cards because the video would be too long if I showed you all the cards. Now I did have some cards I kind of wanted to go over. These cards right here kind of stuck out the most. The Hermit card. I love the Hermit card because he's sort of like a Merlin figure. That's the feeling I'm getting from this card. And it's just absolutely beautiful. He has red on, of course. And his staff is green. So he's connected to nature. And he's out in nature, you know. Absolutely beautiful card. Another card that stood out was the Eight of Cups. The reason why I like this card because it kind of reminds me of someone I've seen in the past. you know, like a great and powerful witch that I've seen in the past. And one of the other things that stands out is that if you look at this, it looks like the world in there, that right in the middle there, but it also looks like it's opal, and opal is my birthstone. So maybe that's one of the reasons why I have a connection to this tarot card right here. Absolutely beautiful. And of course, no tarot deck would be complete without the devil card. And that is really cool. And the cool thing about this tarot deck is if you look here, he has this sign up, you know, live long and prosper. And I don't get like a negative feeling from this card. All I see is beauty in this card. I never really associate the devil card with anything bad, wrong, or evil, or whatever. That's the Western mind talking. So, and if you look at most tarot decks and you look at the two man and a woman on the side here, if they're wearing chains or if they're wearing ropes, it's really loose and they can just kind of take it off. So they're not really bound by the devil or anything like that. So, like I said, this is absolutely beautiful. And the thing is that the devil here, he's a combination of red and green and yellow. I would say red would be symbolic. Now, this is my interpretation, not necessarily the interpretation that's coming from the cards. Red would be interpreted as power. It would be interpreted as energy. Green, of course, is associated with the earth. And the yellow would be the sun. And isn't this really beautiful? And I guess the hand signals that he's doing here would be like as above, so below. Because he's doing the opposite. You know, he's doing one up like this, like an inverted pyramid, and then the bottom is like the pyramid. So that's the feeling I'm getting here. It might be a different interpretation in the book, but you'll know the interpretation when you actually buy the cards, right? So yeah, this is they're not paying me to do this. I'm doing this on my own. All I'm saying is that this is a really cool tarot deck. I recommend this tarot deck along with other tarot decks that I've done in the past. Don't want to go over all the cards because, as I said, this would be much, 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 much too long for you guys. And I don't want to bore you. But that is the Sacred Rose Tarot deck. I'm not sure if they have a large booklet that comes with the deck. I bought this deck years ago, and when I bought it, it was just a deck, you know, and a little small booklet. So you can do an Amazon search and see if they actually have a larger booklet that goes along with it. If they do, I would definitely recommend getting it. If they do, I'm going to get it myself. So I definitely would want you to get it too if you have the opportunity and if they offer it. If they offer it, I'll put a link below so you guys can check it out. Alright, so that is my short video on the Sacred Rose Tarot. I will be posting more videos of this kind in the future because I want to share with you my my tarot collection. So like I said, I've been collecting tarot cards for probably over 20 years, and this is just my way of giving back what I've learned to you and actually helping out the artists, helping out the people who have come up with these tarot decks. I'm pretty sure it is very difficult to publish these things or bring them out. It takes a lot of hard work because you think about it, each one of these is sort of like a little painting or, you know, piece of art within itself. So I would definitely recommend you guys getting it. Alright, until next time, love is the law, and as always, peace.